Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm here today with Sylvia,
Hello.
Raul,
Howdy, howdy.
and we're here to talk about the 2018 show Save, a show that I've
Wait, who are
never
you though?
no
Yeah.
nobody ever cares about me. Nobody ever has the pleasure of introducing me, but it's okay. I've gotten strong to that.
This might be the first time that I realize that I don't think you ever introduced yourself.
Indeed. But no, I mean, we're here today to talk about the 2018 show Safe, a show that was recommended to us by Sylvia. And it just so happens to hit a spot of shows that I really enjoy, which is a murder mystery. So I'm really happy to talk about this show. But, before we do that, let's catch up a little because I wasn't here last week. I actually, we went camping, guys, and something happened. Like I went to the bathroom, came back, and I couldn't find the campground. So
It was
so
Bigfoot.
I got I got a little lost, but here I am. I found my way back.
Yeah, I mean, that's so great.
I'm sure you guys just didn't pack and leave me there because you guys would
No, of
never
course
do
not.
that.
No, no,
We
no.
would
We
never
would
do
never
such a
do
thing.
that. I mean, my doors are always open for
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah,
You-
and it's not like it was the first time you camping with us, even though it was the first time you
Yeah,
camping
and
with
it's,
us.
and it's not like we made sure that the fire was not there and the tents were gone. And
the funniest thing is that I found Ramon's Costco card, which I don't know what that was doing in the woods in the middle of Michigan, but
yeah, I mean, he also loves camping with us. He comes by every so often. We see him.
yeah.
Mhm.
No, I'll just make sure to
Whenever he's
return.
hungry.
I'll make sure to return that card because I'm sure he's looking for it. But
You can just give it to one of us. We'll give it back to him. We're seeing him this weekend.
I'm about to put a murder mystery just with us ourselves because
Who would do it?
our hosts keep disappearing on us. But
Hey, but they come back
Yeah.
sometimes.
oh, I made it. I mean,
Occasionally.
I have scratches on me, but I made it back.
Somehow,
Uh,
but
yeah.
we'll see next time.
But guys, I haven't seen you guys in a week, so I feel like there's definitely catch up that I want to do with you guys. So Sylvia, what have you been up to, man? Any more cideries, breweries?
Honestly, this week I've been getting ready to go on vacation since I'm going over to Colorado. So I've been packing, I've been getting the house ready. Obviously, I want it to be clean for the sitter since I have some of my animals that are staying here. But I am taking my fluffy dog. So driving to Colorado, which is the
Oh, you're driving.
yeah, that's the 24-hour drive that I'll be doing.
Ooh.
But I had to get everything packed, everything cleaned, everything ready, any extra things that the animals would need. So that's kind of been my week, to be honest.
That's insane. What's it called? Are you planning on doing any stops along the way?
Nope, just driving straight through. Which I typically do every year anyways. I do it once or twice a year, just a whole 24-hour drive. I think it's easier than stopping anywhere, to be honest. So every so often I'll stop, have the dog pee, and then just keep driving.
Is anybody helping you with the drive, or are you just by
Yeah,
yourself?
I'm going with my parents. So
Oh, okay,
I'll,
great.
I'll be we do like family trips over there all the time. So it's I guess it's easier because I take the 1 a.m. to like 8 a.m. shift and I just sleep all day long in the car.
Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. I mean, I wish that was one of those experiences as a adult man that I could still do, like go with my parents on a road trip and then not worry
Mhm.
about driving or anything because my parents got my back on that.
Fun fact though, my mom can't drive, so it's just my dad and I.
What about you? You're not even helping?
No, I'm saying it's just us.
Oh,
It's
okay,
us two. I
okay.
do the 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. shift
Okay.
typically, so I do the night shift.
Oh, nice. Which is kind of like the scarier shift. So yeah.
Yeah, but I sleep all morning long. I read books and then I sleep, pretty much.
When you're driving, you never like personally. Anytime that I'm driving, it's always the wooded areas that kind of make me a little bit scared. I just feel like something's gonna pop up out of like nowhere, or there's gonna be a person asking for help, and I'm just not gonna stop.
Well, you shouldn't stop.
I will not stop.
Especially if there's signs to say don't pick up hitchhikers,
I
and
don't.
then
Yeah.
you see big fenced areas.
Yeah.
I don't care how hot she is. I don't care if it's Jessica Biel. I'm not stopping.
What if she has a really cool white dress, like an old timey white
Yeah.
dress?
Yeah.
And the hair in front of her face so you can't even see it.
I'm getting goosebumps. This is we're talking about it. So
No, it's driving on the highway though, so there aren't any real wooded areas, which I would actually argue is scarier because if a deer runs in front of you on the
That's what I'm
highway,
saying,
like
yes.
you can't, yeah.
Nope.
Well, not with that
Yeah.
attitude.
Yeah, yeah, right. No, where I live though, there's a lot of forest, there's a lot of lakes, and pretty much to get anywhere, I need to take the highway anyway. So for me, it's kind of like whatever.
No, that's exciting. I mean, so I mean, you're gonna have to kind of update us when you come back, see how that
Mm.
experience was. But I'm looking forward for you to take that trip.
Yeah, no, me too. Very much needed. I need a vacation, please.
uh, I mean, we joked about me going camping recently with you guys, but I also did kind of just come back from Disney World, and that was kind of, I did come back feeling a little bit more relaxing, even though the vacation itself wasn't relaxing. But it was kind of nice to get out. It's always nice to get out of your home and be gone, and just be able to like come back a week later and actually
Be
miss your
someone else
home.
for a bit.
Yeah, yeah, that's always nice.
You definitely always feel an appreciation for being home
Hmm.
when you're gone.
Hmm.
Yeah. Question though,
Nothing hits harder than sleeping in your bed that first night when you get back. Like when
uh,
you get back, your shower and then hitting the bed right afterwards, bliss.
are you planning on leaving your doors open or locking them while you're gone?
I mean, it's gonna depend on the sitter. If she feels safer closing them, that's up to her.
The sitter being Ro.
No, the sitter comes outside. Raoul's just camping back in the back. She's like,
Look, oh hey, you're here already.
just like I'm security.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but no, that sounds awesome. But other than preparing for the trip, then obviously you haven't had time to watch or catch up with anything. So I know.
I rewatched Safe, and I'm still continuing on watching just Teen Wolf because it's just in the background. But I did want to rewatch Safe because I did watch it, I think, when it first came out on Netflix, and I don't think that I feel like I had little blocks of memory of it, but not enough memory to be able to talk about it. So I did rewatch it just to kind of refresh my brain there.
No, no, you have to. And I mean,
Hmm.
honestly, I'm gonna be asking you because this is not again, this is a show that I just had never heard of, and I feel like there's gonna be some kind of personal connection as to why you chose to talk about this show. So I'm actually really excited when we do get to it to like just hear your thoughts about it.
Michael C. Hall is actually her dad.
Yeah, he raised me.
uh, but Ro, what have you been doing, buddy?
Um, Nothing. I'm a boring adult with boring responsibilities and boring stuff, and taking care of my roommate,
I mean,
my 9-year-old
Hmm.
roommate.
I mean, did you go see? I think you were excited about seeing Beetlejuice. Did you go
Oh
see
yeah,
it?
I did see Beetlejuice this weekend.
What did you
Yeah, I
think
completely
about
forgot.
it?
If anyone hasn't seen it and they plan on going to see it, watch the first one first. A lot more things are going to make sense, and I regret not rewatching the original movie because then a lot more things would have made sense. But the person that I was with kept mentioning, oh, like, oh, that's what this happened, and I'm like, oh, that's because of that, and there's so many
Hmm.
references to the first movie that I missed because it's been so long since I've seen it. So, but it was fine. It was cool. It was cool seeing Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice again. It was, I don't know. It was weird just because it's so different from everything that he's been doing more recently. Like he was most recently like Batman again, and he was in Dope Sick and stuff like that. And I kind of got used to that, and then all of a sudden, bam, back to Beetlejuice. So it was weird, kind of seeing him back in that.
Yeah. I mean, it's making so much money, and I think people. I mean, you're kind of more on the positive side, but I've heard mixed things. I still want to personally see it because, just like probably anybody, I grew up with that movie, and I really
Mm-hmm.
do love the original. So I really do want to see
The
this
first one's
movie.
better, for sure. But yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's cool. I don't think it matters if you see it in theaters or if you wait until it's on streaming. But there's really no huge spoilers to have.
Yeah.
But it was fine. Oh yeah, yeah. There's one big spoiler that could be ruined, um, but it was cool.
Well, one of the things is my daughter just started kindergarten, so on Fridays, me and her used to hang out because I usually leave work around noon. So I think I'm gonna make it more of a thing for me to go to the movies by myself, like on Friday. So I might actually go hit that movie up by myself just to like check it out. Because other than that, it becomes really difficult when you have a kid to go,
Mm-hmm.
go on a date night, especially for a horror movie. It's not
Oh
a
yeah.
horror. It's not a
Bring
horror
the
movie.
kid. What do you
Yeah.
mean? Bring the kid.
My
I watched
ah,
horrors when I was birthed
Yeah. Oh no,
horror films.
we grew up on different. Yeah, the people didn't.
I saw
People
the
didn't.
Poltergeist when I was little, Chucky, Freddy Krueger, all of
Watching all
those.
the haunting movies, yeah.
Yeah.
Paranormal Witness was it? I think, yeah.
Activity.
Ghost Hunters, yeah.
Oh.
Paranormal Activity. Paranormal Witness too. That was like a haunting and the haunting. It was like people telling stories and then showing how they were haunting them.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie about the girl that drowns and the doll?
With the twin and the older sister named Lilith.
If anyone can tell us though, they were twins. It was it was a boy and a girl. The girl drowns.
Oh my God. We promised we wouldn't do this on the recording.
The parents moved to a different home that has a pool. The boy is still alive. They have an older girl. The girl's hanging out at the pool one day and a girl comes up to her. The girl's name is Lilith. Okay? But then the dad's also in the pool one day and then Lilith comes up and she tries to seduce him as well. Same girl. But then the older daughter is out in the woods.
Right?
No. The older daughter is out in the woods and she finds a gravestone that has a Lilith on it. So she's thinking Lilith is now dead. Meanwhile, the mom...
Pet Cemetery?
Right? No. Meanwhile, the mom, she has created a whole room to this doll, which she has now decided is her daughter.
Is it the house at the end of the street?
No.
With Jennifer Lawrence?
No. That was a good movie, though.
That's a good movie.
Is it that one show on Apple TV? I don't remember what it's called.
Servant?
But there's one where they lose a kid and then they pretend that the daughter's...
That's Servant. Yeah, no, that's a great show. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, if anyone knows what that movie is, you guys got more details this time.
Yeah. That's a lot more details than the hour we spent before we started recording this, trying to figure out what movie this was.
I tried to explain it from the beginning. Carlos wouldn't let me finish.
We'll figure it. We'll crack down on finding the name of this movie, and then we'll do
October. I want us all to watch it for a Halloween special.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
I feel like I have to see this movie
point,
now. Or at least every movie that we think that it is.
It is, yeah.
Like, nope. That way we can keep a checklist, and we'll each take a movie, and then we're like, well, I saw this movie, and it's about this, which is similar to that, but it doesn't seem to be that. But it's
different. I'm gonna get to Colorado in the middle of the woods, and I'm just gonna be watching these horror movies, trying to figure out which one it is.
In the mountains.
That's hilarious. But anything else, bro? Like anything on Netflix? I know you mentioned The Rings of Power last week. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm still kind of trudging along, watching
I'm watching The Rings of Power.
Like a fifth or sixth of an episode at a time. But yeah, I'm kind of just been going through that. Been watching Haikyuu with my son more actively again. I've been watching the Wisteria Wand and Sword anime, which is pretty much right between Mashal and Black Clover. It's a mixture of those two, even though those two were already very similar. So it's imagine like
it's more similar to both of them.
Yes. So even though those two are similar to each other, that's like right in between.
It's the baby.
Yeah. There's a dude with no magic with a sword in a school with magic. But it's not really a comedy. But yeah, it's interesting.
Dude, one of these days, I feel like you're gonna tell me like, yeah, I'm watching the show, blah blah blah, and and you're just gonna randomly drop it's a hentai. Because I feel like that's where some of these are. I'm always just fearful you're gonna mention that fact at the end of it.
Well, dude, I'm looking for a new anime to watch because
a new hentai.
No, because I've been watching some of these week to week, like the Tower of God and Wisteria Wand and Sword, and periodically
I can't look at you the same way anymore.
Code Geass and all those, but I don't know.
It's hard, man.
Dude, I ran out of dubbed One Piece episodes. Finally.
Oh, good. So me and you are pretty much caught up then.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start watching it in Japanese now.
Well, I just caught up with My Hero Academia today, so that was kind of nice. Just catch up on that.
Yeah, I've been watching that week to week. Yeah, but I've heard that the manga ending is less than favorable.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People that actually read the manga have told me.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Jujutsu Kaisen hit the ending of it was good, so it's like positive on that.
Did you read it?
Oh yeah. Oh, I had to. There were so many spoilers out there. I had
Oh
to
my
sorry.
god, I hate, dude. And even people that read the manga were getting spoilers from people that got pirated, uh, like issues before the actual issue came out.
Yeah. So we're like you'll probably because it's always been our most popular like episodes, like the Jujutsu Kaisen ones, but you'll have to one day like catch up on it, and I'm so curious to hear your thoughts on Jujutsu
Oh
Kaisen.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have a friend who likes anime that doesn't like it, which is blows my mind.
He's kind of weird though.
Yeah. He is. He's. We're spot on with taste sometimes, but other times we're so far apart. I don't get it.
If it's similar to like Kaiju number 8, I probably won't
No,
like
it's
it.
No.
just no, it's not. It's just like
Mm.
It's closer to Hell's Paradise or Chainsaw Man,
yeah, which you haven't seen either
which
one
I
of those.
haven't seen either.
I just heard Chainsaw Man and I'm like, slasher? Love it.
Chainsaw Man's awesome. Uh,
Yeah, it is.
no, so there's a Netflix movie that dropped over the weekend, and everybody on my Twitter feed was talking about it to the point where I'm like,
Twitter. What's that?
everybody on my X feed was talking about it, which to the point where I'm like, I put my foot down. I'm like, there's no way I'm watching this movie. Like nothing about it seems like I would want to watch it. And
Mhm.
then somebody eventually posted like a 2 minute clip of the movie, and I'm like, God damn it! Like the dialogue was just too good. It like so like all right, like I'm like all right, I'm gonna watch this movie. So I just watched yesterday Rebel Ridge. It's a new movie that came out. It's actually not a terrible movie, but the thing about this movie is that the main actor that's in it, you can see that a star was just born when you're watching this movie. You can tell that this man right here.
Lady Gaga.
No, his name is Aaron Pierre, and he has like
Is he French?
I don't know if he's French. I'm gonna quote my wife, but
Yeah.
he has such beautiful eyes. And when you're watching this movie, you're like, dude, this guy is just if nothing comes off of him in the next 5 years based on this movie, like it's gonna be a shame because this movie, again, he's the reason to watch this movie. He is his performance, the way he
Is he on a
looks.
motorcycle?
Yeah,
And
he's in a bicycle.
and is there cops involved or
Yes,
something?
and there's cops. It's very Rambo First Blood. And yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I've seen the trailer like a few times because Netflix thinks I'm gonna like it, but I haven't
Dude,
watched
you,
it.
you should probably watch it. Like same like me, I was resisting it, and I watched
All right,
it.
I'll be back.
And I do feel like just based on him himself, like I'm like that guy. There's no way that somebody doesn't cast him as something based on this movie alone. So I'm looking forward to hopefully a very great career from this man because he's only like 30 years old. So I'm like, yeah. So hopefully, again, if you
He
want to
looks
check,
young in the trailers.
yeah, I mean 30's young.
No, but he looks like young, like early 20s young.
Oh, okay. I mean, I say 30 is freaking young. I know Sylvia, you're the baby here, but I feel like you're young as hell too.
I'm close to 30.
Yeah.
We're close to 30.
We're all almost 30. What do you mean?
Oh man, I'm hitting those that 4 0 digit. Ramon's probably gonna hang himself this year. He's right around the corner. But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, I think that was it. I mean, just that Hack Rich, and I've been watching this show that we're gonna talk about right now, which Safe, a show that again, I was very intrigued by it because when I hit play, I had no idea what I was getting myself into because you really didn't say anything about what it involved. All you kind of got in the
No.
description was like this is a 40-minute kind of episode show, and I
It's
thought it was
only one season. It has a resolution. Do you guys want to watch it? And then you guys were like, yeah, sure, why not?
yeah.
Oh.
I watched 6 episodes on day one when I started it, and then today I finished it.
By the way, the other thing I have been watching too that I forgot to mention because I didn't finish last week was the Terminator anime.
You did mention it last week.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I didn't finish last week, but it's interesting. It has some twists and I kind of I like the premise.
I know.
and the idea of it. The
know
animation is not bad too.
I know you called it an anime, but I don't know if it's an anime because it's the studio that producing it from Japan.
I think so. Yeah, because it's based in Japan and everything, even though it's dubbed in English.
Because I've seen a lot of the Netflix animated shows, and I feel like, dude, I don't know. I feel like they all sort of have the same style. Like I'm talking about like Castlevania and
Yeah, but that's also an anime.
I think you're confused with like anime has to come from like it has to be like a Japanese studio.
Japanese
Okay,
studio made Japan. Yeah,
Again, I haven't done any research, so you could be 100% right. But okay,
yeah,
cool. Okay.
but
Uh,
I'm pretty sure this one's an anime. But I haven't verified it. But I think I heard them call it an anime and everything.
okay. Yeah.
So I'm
I start,
going off of there.
I started the first 2 episodes on that, so I should eventually probably finish it.
It's definitely a lot of story building in the beginning, but then it gets cool and kind of the more that you watch it.
Well, I know they're doing a Tomb Raider also animated show, and I don't know if that's an anime because it looked to me a lot of the Netflix animated shows, they all look like the same style.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, I don't know if I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. I mean, people watch them, so it's kind of like they're not terrible. They're not terrible. They're passable. So I think that's why people keep watching them, like some of these shows.
You're the kind that would have seen this. Have you seen the Rick and Morty anime? Because I haven't even tried looking at it.
I watched half an episode and I'm like, what am I watching? I was really like one day I'll go back to watching the whole season, but I didn't.
Is it Japanese or is it in English?
I mean, I watched it in English, but it was very different. It's very different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Different voice actors?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sylvia, what part of Japan are you from?
Oh, Tokyo.
But no, let's
the European part of Japan.
Yeah, you know what, Carlos? I did watch one other show that you actually told me about. It was the Pop Star show on Netflix.
Which pop star show?
It was like the
oh
show.
Yeah. Don't do this again.
No.
With the twins and the.
You're gonna remember. It's like a K-pop group.
That's what I told you about.
That's what we told you about.
The Cat's Eye or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, and so I watched it. I stopped watching it after two of the first girls were eliminated, but I think I got pretty far. I can't believe one of those other girls went through. She's never there.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So.
Yes, that was such a thing.
I did watch that. The show with the K-pop stars.
Well, I told you if you like this show, there's one I texted you like you should watch if you enjoy this show because this show and that show that I texted you about they're very similar. But safe man, let's talk about it because there is some good stuff in this, and I think the thing
Ryan Reynolds was awesome.
That's
Denzel.
So Hugh Jackman, yeah.
Wait, what?
I think the thing that I liked about it and I appreciated the most out of it is that they never made another season after this one. It was like one and done, limited series. I don't know if it actually won any awards or anything, but I like that, man, because somebody could have said like, hey, let's continue this and do a different story. And like, nope, they just said one show, one season, and that's it. And I really liked that about it.
Yeah, I love the shows that have like the one season and the ending resolves everything that you could have possibly wanted. You have all of the answers that you needed. I don't think we actually saw the full ending, but what's about to happen. And everyone just kind of resolves in their own way, which I appreciated. I don't like the shows where they end and it leaves you still thinking. I think this one resolved everything that you possibly wanted to know within that one episode.
Yeah, no, I think the last episode was definitely cramped with like all the secrets were just spilled. Even some more that some that I wasn't even expecting. So it was just kind of crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I something that I noticed when I was watching it is it's so hard for me to pull Michael C. Hall away from Dexter now.
And I did.
No, and yes, but like still, there were moments where like I was still suspicious of him, just because of the fact that I religiously watched Dexter, and apparently today because I was watching the football, and there's a trailer. Yeah, there's a trailer for a new Dexter show coming out that's like Dexter like First Blood or something like that. That's a prequel with Michael C. Hall like doing the voice, the narration of a younger actor pretending to be Dexter when he's younger. So it's I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm still gonna watch it because it's Dexter and I am an addict.
Do you have Showtime like that?
It's gonna be on Paramount.
Oh shit! Okay, nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna watch it. because I think Showtime is connected with Paramount now.
Are you familiar with Dexter at all? And it's impossible not to ask that question when you're dealing with Michael C. Hall, because again, that's probably how most people know this actor from.
Or 6 Feet Under.
Yeah.
Watch Dexter though. Not all of it.
Yeah.
Not all of it. I honestly just started watching it like a few months ago, and I think I'm still on the first season. But but yeah, and I do enjoy it. I think Dexter is one of the shows that I'll enjoy. Same with Breaking Bad. I just started watching Breaking Bad too, and both of those shows I'm enjoying so far. Yeah, I've never watched them.
I think what people always say about Dexter is maybe after the 5th season just kind of ended there. Like there's no reason for you to continue because after the Trinity killer, it just kind of goes downhill. But yeah, it's a great show for the first like 5 seasons of it.
Well, I think Trinity Killer is the peak.
Oh, absolutely.
Of Dexter, and the last season, like it ended pretty badly, which is why they came back more recently to do like a new last season, and that was interesting because I did watch that because I have a problem.
Yeah, and I saw that too, and I mean that itself ended like weird in a weird way because I heard
Not better.
Not better, not worse, but it's also I heard
it was better. I think that was better.
But I heard they're also gonna bring him back, even though he dies. Spoilers, even though he dies at the end of that season. But I don't know, man. Money will bring anybody back from the grave.
Which is why they're doing a prequel.
Yeah, but I promise that'll be the last Dexter conversation dealing. But I'm
not bringing it up again.
I had no problem separating him from like this, like. Even at times, like I'm like I looked up on the screen because I was sort of either doing something while I was watching, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's Michael C. Hall, but never was I like thinking Dexter while watching this whole show.
I still kind of not that I was thinking Dexter, but like just the fact that so in Dexter, Michael C. Hall, he plays like he's a normal good guy, and sometimes seeing him in this show. I in some ways saw like, oh, he's just acting like he's a good guy. So he's really doing something menacing. So like I was always in a way kind of expecting something bad coming from his character, which obviously by the end we find out whether it happens or not.
It's interesting seeing all three of our perspectives because you're saying you couldn't take him away from Dexter. You're saying that you could. I didn't see Dexter when I watched the show the first time, so I didn't connect him at all to the other show.
Did you suspect him of anything?
I did not, because he's looking for his own daughter. Yeah. So it's like how could you suspect him of anything?
But everyone was suspicious at some point. Like everyone had their own secret.
But it didn't seem like he did. It seemed like. Yes, he did because he was with the cop or whatever, and that was their secret. Yeah. But it seemed like he really regretted the fact that he wasn't there when his wife had passed away. So I think losing his daughter that looked like his wife, I never suspected him for anything. I didn't suspect him for killing the boyfriend or anything like that. He seemed like he was a good dad.
Yeah. Except for that whole I think it's something that every parent wants to kind of have that control that I want to know who my kid is texting, but I think when you do that, you're asking for trouble because no matter what, nothing ever pops.
Especially as a dad with a daughter, that would scare the bejesus out of me.
Absolutely, man.
Especially kids these days.
I completely forgot he copied her phone basically, so whatever she was doing, he could see. Yeah.
If I would have read Heaven, I was like, oh no, it's that time. I gotta have the talk.
Oh no.
I thought they were doing like a suicide pact or something. Yeah.
See, that's probably part of the difference in what we would have thought in our parenting. But during the show, I actually kind of wrote notes, and the title of the notes is safe, comma. Where is she or who is she with? And then I started writing names, and then like some of the names I didn't know yet. So then I just put different things, and then I changed it to I underlined it, and then I changed it to like, what's this person's secret, and then what's this person's secret, and so on and so forth.
I mean, everybody had a secret, and in the beginning, it could have been anybody that took the daughter because everybody was doing they were positioning themselves in a very like they were acting all strange and
Yeah, yeah. Because in the beginning, the first name I put down was Chris. That's the boyfriend, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. So at first I thought like, okay, Chris killed her somehow for some reason or something.
But then he was dead too.
Yeah. But that's because in the beginning, you kind of just saw somebody like struggling in the water. So I thought, oh, she probably drowned. And then I was like, maybe Chris killed her for some reason because he was drunk or something. And then right after that, I put drowned.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of as it goes on, then I put freezer because we didn't know who was in the freezer.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
And then other stuff that I'll bring up kind of as we get to those parts. But it was kind of, I like the fact that, well, one, it was weird that I was British because like everything that happened seemed very American to me.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously I haven't been to the UK. But everyone had like a British accent. But I thought it was interesting the fact that everything happened in the gated community, because like the whole point of the gates is to kind of keep everybody safe and all that stuff, and then but inside of those gates is still like bad things happen, even though like richer people live there, like doctors and police officers and business owners and stuff. Because I know when I think of rich people, I think of cops.
Yeah, they make so much money.
I feel like that was probably like she got her family's home, like maybe the mom and dad used to live in that home and they inherited. I don't know.
Well, she was a detective. Detectives do make a good amount of money compared to just cops.
Yeah, but
then again, she was there the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, detectives can, because remember, a pediatrician pediatricians make as much as probably detectives do. Yeah, but, so you have to.
Yeah, bro, we're talking about pounds here, though. Like in pounds, it's
like so doctors in the UK probably make less than doctors here.
No, more. You're more in the UK because they have pounds.
No. Well, comparatively, doctors probably make more here than they do in the UK because in the UK they have more universal health care.
Inflation. That's my one.
I used to say random economic words. Invisible hand.
All I gotta say is if I could get paid in pounds, I would be like, hey, pay me.
Because the pound is worth more than $1.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, when the show, like when you're seeing kind of everything happening, the party and all of that, my immediate thought was she killed him. So I was thinking that Jenny killed Chris for whatever reason. That was my first thought. And that was my thought for a good amount until we saw her on the camera. And then I was thinking there's no way she would have killed him because she doesn't have she would be wet at the very least. Yeah. But when Pete picked her up, she wasn't even wet. So there's no way that she would have drowned him. But I truly thought it was her that did something to him.
There was a point where I thought that maybe it was her that drowned him, or maybe like she pushed him into the pool, and then because he was drunk he drowned or whatever. So like I thought that she could have killed him whether it was on purpose or not, but because she felt responsible, she ran because she thought she could get in trouble for it. So at one point I did think that could have happened, but like it really wasn't one of my more plausible things because it's a show. So I thought like something more creative is probably the answer.
So guys, something I never probably have, at least for you, Sylvia, like I probably have never mentioned to you, but like if I have one goal in life is to never go to prison, never go to jail. It's just I wouldn't
really.
I wouldn't never. I wouldn't
ever free healthcare, free room and board.
Not even once.
This face wouldn't survive in jail. So
you would drop the soap.
so it's a big motivation for me to always try to do what the law says to do. No, but the parents said to me the most
crimes.
Yeah, well, the parents said to me the cautionary tale with the people that found the dead body in the pool. It's like, don't try to hide the dead body. Don't try to protect your daughter. Call the cops and just explain what happened. Whether there's drugs involved or not doesn't matter because like the moment you start in 2024, the moment you start hiding the body or not getting your story straight, that's when you're gonna get in trouble. And like, those parents were so frustrating because they just thought they could get away with throwing a body in a pond and nobody's gonna like pin it back to them.
But it's also in the moment, I feel like. When you're in the moment, you would do anything for your kid to be able to make sure that they're safe and they're okay. So when your daughter would call you and say, someone just died at this party, I'm so sorry, I don't know what to do, you would want to come home and help them out.
Yeah. But she didn't.
It's just some people would have the reaction of, let me hide the body with my daughter. And some people would have the reaction of, we're still going to call the cops.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't kill him, so I could understand if like, hey, I accidentally did this and now he's dead. Okay, yeah, I can put myself in those shoes and try to figure it out. But she had like nothing to do with it. So that's why I'm like, dude, you're innocent. So it's just like, even if you had a party, even if you were selling drugs, like, you had nothing to do with this. And the worst.
No, but when they came home and they were talking to her and they were trying to figure out what they were gonna do, they even expressed everything about the fact that the party was at their house, that she was selling drugs, and that somebody drowned. And the effect on their reputation alone was going to be so big. So these are people that care about what other people think. So that alone was enough of a reason to kind of cover everything up. So yes, they thought that it was because he took her drugs, but they also they had like other reasons behind it too, which is probably why she was hosting a party while she was selling drugs.
Yeah,
they have a lot of prestige. If you have that much prestige and that much money, you don't want your name to be tarnished in any way. So I feel like you put in more money to cover it up versus just being in front of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they weren't very smart to the covering it up, so that's probably also the frustration. Maybe they would have been a little bit more smarter with what they should have done. Coming in the beginning, they did cover up their story so good with the police officer, and it's kind of funny now, retroactively looking at the fact that the police officer already knew everything about where the body or who placed Chris there. So it's kind of like, damn, like this whole time, like she's just playing it straight when she damn well knows that she's the one that put him there.
Not once did I think it was her, though.
No.
Not once did it cross my mind. She played it so well, where I truly thought she was protecting her son at one point, thinking, okay, her son probably did this. That's why he has the blood all over his shirt. She's protecting her son, but never once did I think it was her that did anything.
See, with the blood on her son's shirt, I thought it was like something else, like some other bad thing happened, like at the same time. So she was just kind of trying to like cover that end of it, because I don't know, like in these types of shows, I think there's always so many twists that there could have been some other death or some other murder or some other crime happening, or it could be kind of like a false flag kind of thing where they're like look at this hand, look at this distraction while I change the cards and actually show your real card.
Because I wasn't even, it's one of those things where like you always have to wait for the show to just completely end. But it was getting to be like 10 minutes left, and I'm like, are they gonna answer who killed Chris?
I know, I was wondering that too. I was like, oh, okay, so this thing's resolved, this thing's resolved, this thing's resolved. They're like, wait, but who killed Chris?
I really thought it was gonna be the dad, because there was moments, especially when he died, like they found out that he died and he was being strong about it, but then the moment he closed the door and kind of stepped away from the family, he started like tearing up because he was actually like so sad that he had just lost his son. I started thinking like maybe he wasn't sad because he lost his son. He was sad, well, at the fact that he lost his son and that he could have been responsible for doing that to his son. So like that's where my mind went, that it was the dad that had killed him.
So kind of backtracking a little bit with the daughter. I also thought at one point Pete was the one that might have possibly either kidnapped her or killed her or whatever, because I thought that they might have been having a weird
type of situation.
Not my Pete.
Because I wrote down old dude from barbecue and OR, because that was around the time before they found out that he like picked her up for, or when they found out that he picked her up from the party, and all that stuff, and then so I thought that like, oh, like he had a thing with her, and then he brought up the whole thing that he was gay. I was like, wait, and then it was a lot of things, like, so eventually I was like, okay, no, he's a good dude, that he's not all into that stuff.
I came out of the show like wishing Pete was like my friend and I could have Pete in my life because
I
he
know
was
we all
awesome.
want a Pete.
Dude, he was awesome. Like just the level of like and it was kind of. I mean, Ro,
Got
like
stabbed for him.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean, Ro, you probably me and you don't have that connection, but I'm sure people that you've gone in the military with and have that military connection. Like I'm sure you guys have like a brotherhood. But yeah, that was kind of nice that both of them had that connection with one another and like they weren't just doctors. They actually
I
had
was
some
thinking knife for
experience.
you.
Yeah, what do you mean?
No, but I'm just saying it was just kind of nice that these guys weren't just like goofballs. They weren't just doctors. They were actually like trained and in military background. So that was kind of cool.
I will say I thought it was Pete for the longest time.
No, not my
no matter
Pete.
because to me he was trying to help him so much where I was thinking,
Too
no,
much.
he's overcompensating right now. There's something that he knows that he did, and now he's trying to shift the dad's thought process and make him think something else because he for sure did something. He's overcompensating. No one would help this much. But then we find out, yeah, he would.
Well, they do say in Criminal Minds and other serial killer shows that killers always try to like insert themselves into the investigation, and they always go back to the scene of the crime and all that stuff. So
they're like, "Oh my god, I found the body."
Well, I kept thinking his daughter was trying to murder him because I think that's how they made it. They made it seem because she was taking pictures of him. And in the hospital when he was stabbed.
Oh, the detective daughter.
The detective daughter.
Yeah. Oh. So I thought for a while that Pete was the one that killed her partner or whatever, the cop guy. I was like, oh, that's why she went there because she's after him because she knows it was him when she wants to like either murder him or do something bad for him. And then even when she said the whole fact that he was her dad, I thought that she was lying for a while too. Yeah.
Oh wow.
The hospital scene, it looked like she wanted to unplug him or do something.
Yeah.
So the whole time she kept going back in the room, like someone needs to go in. Like right now, he took a knife. I feel like he's okay.
This bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
No, I mean, once she did, like, I did believe, like, I was a sucker. Once she's like, "You're my dad," and blah blah blah. Like, oh my god, like,
well, yeah, but that was way later.
Yeah,
when she told Michael C. Hall, I didn't believe it at first.
Was she pregnant by the guy that got killed? Is
yes.
that okay? Yeah, I knew that's what I thought that's what I heard, but okay, I wanted to confirm that.
I like from the show too, though, that I guess we see in the later episodes at first, Chris seems like he's not the best type of guy, but then we see how much he wanted to help Jenny, right? Yeah, Jenny. He wanted to help Jenny so much where he was living it more than she was, trying to figure out her mom's secrets and trying to figure out how she can get closure. Maybe he was taking it too far, because then he got like, well, screw the cops, like she was part of this, so now we need to get her in trouble and all of that stuff.
And in a way I feel like he kind of made it personal for him.
Yeah.
But also the other thing too is like the sister when she went because she said that Chris said that he was going to take her to wherever. And she even said that like, no, he said that he would. So he would.
He would, yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of shows that like, yeah, like he might be into some like bad stuff, but he's also like he's about his family and he takes care of his sister and all that stuff. So like I like how they mixed in the good with some of the bad.
Well, the whole thing with Chris's mom, because that's also like right in the beginning of the episode. I was like, what does this have to do with this? Like, I was just for the longest like being like, what does this have to do with the whole like murder mystery? Like I was just so confused about it. And,
I honestly thought that she had a thing with her son at one point, and someone was trying to like make people know about it, because she kept saying like bijou, bijou, which is like kiss in French, right? So it seemed like she kept being like, oh, kisses to you, and she was hurt a lot more than the dad was when he didn't come home. She was trying to figure out where he was. She was texting him constantly. She was like, where are you? What's going on? And the dad was kind of like, well,
he's 19. He's a man. I don't have control over him.
We gotta leave him alone. Yep. But I think she was the one that gave him that soft spot where, yeah, he did take care of his sister. He was good to Jenny. It seemed like, at least from the little snippets that we got. But I felt bad for the mom because she didn't do anything wrong just to find out that it was her husband that was trying to like plant things on her because he was
Yeah.
upset.
Well, she did do something wrong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. But not with the person they made us think that it was. They later on, when we found out it was the other kiddo.
Because that's why I thought Chris got killed. I'm like, oh, he got killed because somebody obviously was saying like your mom's a MILF and she's sleeping around, and I'm like, that's obviously what led to him being killed. But in reality, that had nothing to do with it.
See, I never thought that was the cause of I never thought that that's why he ended up dying. But there was a point where I thought the dude that Chris got in a fight with was the dude that she had a thing with. But like I thought that possibly what happened with her mom could have been the reason why he died, because like I don't know, maybe Chris found out that she was having an affair with one of the students or something like that. So then that other student killed him or something. So I thought that was a possibility, but I never thought it was going to be Ewing or whatever his name was.
Oh
yeah, no,
Jan.
definitely.
Oh yeah, Jan. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, out of all the people, everyone else maybe I could have expected, but he was like the back, like I did not. But then it did seem like he was giving the dad, Tom, the most information out of everybody else, and it could have been to make them stop investigating what was going on with the mom and instead investigate what was going on with Jenny.
Like, I thought that he was just an arc.
Yeah. Well, like Ro, you recommended to me that Netflix show a couple of weeks back. Did your is that what it's called? And that also had a teacher and hooking up with the son.
It had a girl that died.
How?
With Bryan Cranston, where he plays the judge. Is it the judge?
Oh yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah, the judge, and like that one also, had again, and it was just kind of like I don't know, it's just so teacher, crazy.
Yeah, with the student. Yeah,
and I mean that happens. Like I constantly get articles about that, like every 2 months about like so and so got caught because it happens all the time.
You know what's crazy though? Like the other articles are about female teachers with male students. And we never really see male teachers with female students.
How many male teachers do you see?
Gym teachers.
There you go.
No, but so yeah, that kind of makes more sense. But I also think that maybe male teachers are more careful because there's so much more stigma and stuff like around male teachers that they're probably like, there's no way.
When it comes down to it, girls do gossip more, right?
Yeah.
Versus guys that are just kind of like, I mean, sure, a guy
guys
can
brag,
say like,
though.
yeah, they would brag, but no one's going to believe them. They're like, oh yeah, that's so cool, dude.
I remember in our high school there was a rumor that
Carlos.
No, it wasn't Carlos. It was this other guy that supposedly he slept with one of the hot teachers. It was an art teacher and somebody in our class. I heard this after graduation though.
Yeah.
That like throughout high school, I don't know when, but supposedly that was a thing. But I didn't know whether to believe it or not. But
I just can't imagine. They're kids. Like, what do they know?
I know, and then
he was a pretty cool dude though.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? That's fair. That's fine.
Wait, the guy in real life or the guy in the show?
No, the guy in real life. The dude that went to high school with us, Carlos.
Okay, because I'm like, you just said about how like you were surprised that it was that guy.
I was surprised that was him though.
Yeah.
No. I was surprised it was Johan too, honestly.
Yeah. In a way, which is weird. I don't know if this matters, but I was less surprised because the teacher was French. I don't know if that made a difference to you guys.
Like because she was a more passionate language, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, no, but she was like hair. French in general, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like French people are more sexually free. So I don't know why I thought that was like it's less weird, or that they were more likely to do that stuff. I don't know.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, maybe let's go back to Chris's mom a little bit later, and let's focus on some of the other characters in the show, because again, like anybody could have been responsible for this. And I thought the one neighbor that had the son that got burned, he was also very suspicious to me.
Oh my god! Yeah. No, I thought he was the arsonist. I think he was like a legitimate arsonist that like had a compulsion to set fires.
Yeah, that could have been the case.
Yeah, because at that point we see the fire at the school, and we see they're talking about it, and then we see the same type of fire happen in Helen's house.
Yeah.
So it makes us think like,
And he was
okay,
there, yeah.
maybe it was him, because he's the one that started blaming Tom. He was saying that he was the one that was in the home. He's the one that did that. And then when they see him in the bar, he just
And he was
books
angry
it.
all the time. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I also thought, honestly, so I thought that he set Helen's house on fire because he was
Mhm.
like such a neat freak that it bugged him that she had like so much like clutter
Mhm.
and so hoarderish.
And he kind of has the most reason to like get revenge, you know, because his son was trying to be a hero and got burned
Mhm.
and has to live this life of he's alive but he's not really there. So it's like, yeah, like I mean, in another, I'm sure there was some ideas maybe with making him maybe be the responsible party, but I mean, I'm not mad at this show what we got. Like, I'm just gonna say this 100% like straight, like nothing. I would have not changed anything about the show because I think
Mhm.
everything just worked out great. It might not be the most perfect story, murder, but it still worked. Everything worked out. There was nothing about it where I'm like, well, that didn't get explained or that doesn't make any sense. Like, I actually did enjoy how everything just fit so well together.
Mhm.
Do you know what something else that I also thought at one point?
Mm.
I thought that maybe Bobby was Jenny's real dad, and it really wasn't Michael C. Hall. And that was one of the confessions that the mom said, and that's why she was looking for Bobby.
Same. I thought that could have been also something to it too.
I didn't understand why she stayed at Helen's though, because she was right
Oh my
next
God.
door to her dad's house, and and Helen didn't care to tell the parents or anything. She was there for what, a few days?
Okay, so I didn't want to shit on this show because again I had a good experience watching it.
Mhm.
There's not, but that's the one.
Shit away.
Mhm.
That's the one thing they just made.
Drop that load.
I'm like, you were just fucking in the neighbor's house. Like what? Like what? I would have fucking
Mhm.
shown. Like that was my daughter, and like I just like I'm watching the show. And I'm like, you were just there this whole fucking time. Like,
Mhm.
why were you there? Like nobody was even looking for
She
you.
was there for the Wi-Fi, obviously.
Yeah, for her own Wi-Fi.
So
Yeah.
that's the one flaw that like if I have to be honest, I just made no sense why she would just be hiding.
She went to Helen, and then one, Helen didn't tell anything to Tom, the dad. But two, at one point, it did make it seem like Helen was keeping her there. I think at like the end of one of the episodes, it seemed like Helen was like making her stay in the home, and she wasn't allowing her to leave. But then we see the next episode, and it's her just sitting all willy-nilly. Still hasn't changed from the dress, so she's probably been in this dress for like 2 weeks now, right? She had the same outfit on this whole.
I think it was about a week. The whole transgression.
Yeah, but she had this outfit on the whole time.
Yeah.
And when she tells her like, oh my God, they killed him, this and that. But then I also didn't understand how the house was burning, and I guess he took her, right?
Yeah, he took her. I think that's what happened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bobby did.
But then how did he kill Helen?
I think he
He
might
choked
have
her,
just
I think.
blunt trauma to the head.
Blunt force trauma.
Blunt force trauma.
Blunt trauma.
Nope. Yes. Way too many blunts.
And I guess he had the most to lose, right? That's what we're led to believe, that with Bobby, he just had so much to lose that he just couldn't let this big secret come out because then he would lose his reputation. And I mean, he was the smart one to leave the town, man. Like these people that did stay, it's like, what's wrong with you guys? Like it's really, they all should have just left. Like there's no reason for them to.
One became a cop and all that stuff. Yeah,
one got sick.
Yeah, and you understand that like Helen's like troubled, obviously, and then the other dudes in Jasmine Asylum or whatever, and then you have the cop who's acting like nothing ever happened, and then you have the mom who kind of acted like nothing ever happened, but then she was also trying to probably like give back to repay everything, and which is also why she said that was karma when she got cancer.
Yeah, but she also, I put some blame on the mom because, like, okay, just because you died.
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, I mean, you died and now you kind of let your daughter find out about this secret. It's like, if she had never gotten cancer, I still believe she would have gone like 20 probably more years without like ever revealing what she did because
she would have never said anything.
Yeah, she would have never said anything, but no, I'm dead. So it's like, fuck it, fuck everybody else. Like, all right, dude. Like, damn.
I'll have my daughter investigate this and put her in danger instead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see this trauma? Have it.
take it from me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't allow it to die with me.
It seemed like the only person that was genuinely taken aback from it was probably Helen, because it didn't seem like she ever got married. She didn't have any other kids.
Yep.
She just took
Mhm.
over the house that her parents probably had. It was more of a hoarder home too, compared to
Mhm.
some of the other homes. It didn't seem like she left the house and
Or
had
got
a lot.
married or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, or
Mhm.
had it or socialized with many people. She just kind of kept to herself. It seems like she took it harder than everyone, but then I feel so bad for Bobby because he truly tried to get those kids out and help them once he realized what happened. And then the four that were just like, screw it, they're kids, whatever, we're running
Not
out.
Bobby, the other
The
kid.
son,
Oh yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Oh man, what's his name?
I'm trying to look
I
because this is a freaking crazy cast. I'm trying to find
yeah,
everybody's
I don't
name.
remember his name.
It was, yeah, it was like Ben's. Oh man, I'm trying. Sorry, there's a
Ben
bunch.
Schwartz.
Yeah, it was Ben Schwartz's son.
Yeah, there's so many.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
he was the only one that seemed like he felt so bad with what happened, and he went back to save those kids. He wasn't able to save those kids, and not only was he not able to save them, now he has a burn all over him. He's kind of digressed in his age in a sense. So
Yeah.
now he's stuck in this asylum or whatever we want to call it, versus the other ones that didn't do anything to save the kids, and they're just freely living their lives.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously not a slasher film where somebody's like murdering everybody, but like that could have been somebody where you think he's not really there. He's burned from half his face, and he could have secretly been escaping at night and like killing everybody. That would have been something cool because obviously I would have been pissed off. Like, hey, I tried to save these kids. They all died. You guys did nothing to say that you guys were
Now I'm
the
killing
responsible
everyone.
party. Yeah, I'm killing everybody. Damn, here we got another movie we could make. same story.
Was it Eric?
Maybe it was.
Maybe it was Eric. Yeah.
Maybe it was. Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. There's no picture for that actor, or was it Craig? No, it was Craig, wasn't it?
Can't remember names.
Guy with the burned face.
Yeah, the guy with the burned face. Yeah. Then Josh. We have Josh, who's the husband of the detective. He was just odd all around.
Yeah,
he was
dude. There was so many things that
good looking guy.
I wondered about him. Yeah.
But he saw Jenny. He didn't want to tell anybody he saw Jenny. Then he had like another random girl in his trailer that he has in front of their house.
Me and him have the same hobby. We like to just go around and rescue young girls.
And have them sleep in your trailer. We know that's why we don't invite you camping anymore.
Because I like to help them out.
We came back to the campground and there you were.
It's
with totally a young lady.
It's totally normal behavior to do. Man.
And then the whole time he was saying that I helped them.
Dude, and when the wife gave him like a beer in the morning, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, what level of alcoholism do you have to have where you just want a beer so bad at 9 in the morning?
Or the poor girls were playing with him and he's like, oh, don't spill my beer. I'm like, what?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like he wasn't a bad guy, but everything that he did makes him seem like a bad guy.
He seemed like the kind of guy that was like popular party and like the trophy husband.
Never grew up.
Yeah, never grew up.
the grown up Chris.
Yeah, he just yeah, pretty much. But see, I feel like Chris had more depth to him. I feel like if Chris survived, I feel like he would have been a pretty good person because he truly cared about his family. Maybe not the dad so much as the mom, and the sister.
He did too. But... Sophie's husband.
Yeah.
Well, when he saw her in the subway, and he's like, "Oh, I promised her. She told me not to tell anybody." Like, dude, like, what the fuck's your problem?
Yeah.
Like, you don't owe that girl anything for you to say like, "Oh yeah, she made me promise that I didn't see her in the."
But see, even
station.
with Pete, this is what makes me think he's not a good friend because I feel like. See, this is where I get stuck because I wish parents wouldn't tell their kid like, well, my friend told me, even though the friend specifically is like, I picked them up, they were drunk, don't tell them I told you, but I just want you to know so you know that they're safe. I feel like that's the proper thing to do.
So, yeah, but he's gay, so it's okay.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Because
You're so right.
that's how he got out of it. That's all he said, and then it's like they believed him. They're like, all right, well,
They're like, oh yeah,
obviously,
you definitely didn't do anything.
yeah,
But then a girl comes and she says, "You're my father."
yeah, and she knew. I mean, she was the one investigating him, but yeah,
Like,
You are my father.
yeah, and a grandfather now.
Yeah.
yeah, he got it all.
Yeah, all in like 1 minute after being stabbed.
I
Oh
don't know,
yeah.
dude, and he was walking way too much after like getting released from the hospital. I'm like, dude,
Mhm.
I had surgery in my shoulder, and and I couldn't move my arm for like a month.
Hey, remember, he's a doctor. He's got the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can prescribe himself.
Oh man.
I did feel bad for Chris's dad though, because at first he seems
Mm.
like he's not a good person. He doesn't care about his
Yeah.
son being lost. But then, like you said, you see him leaving the
Break,
family and just breaking down.
breaking
And then you
down.
see him caring for his wife and what's going on with her, but then we find out he's the reason of what's going on with her. Once they keep pushing him and pushing him, he finally says, "Okay, fine, like this is what happened."
But it's kind of her fault because that's something that if they haven't gotten separated, I don't know what he's waiting for because and again he has proof that she's hooking up
Hmm.
with the student. Like, yeah, that's just something that you need to go to the cops and
But he
or
should have just gone to the cops, not planted evidence in her locker, whatever it was, and then
oh
have them
yeah,
start investigating. That was the wrong. But
Well, well, I don't know. I feel like 'cause if he would have gone to the cops, then it might have been like he said, she said kind of thing, where
well, they have
she.
literal
what
proof.
well he was hoping that they would sort of find out the truth by him kind of putting the seats right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, he did.
Yeah. And I honestly, for a moment, thought that maybe she was sleeping around with the headmaster. I guess that's what they call him over there. Because I'm like, oh, maybe the headmaster was the one that
Like the
placed,
principal.
yeah, the principal. I'm like, maybe he's the one that placed the evidence and stuff because maybe they have a relationship. Because again, this is like the first episode. I'm trying to figure out like where all the pieces belong. And I'm like, oh, maybe the principal and her have something going on. Because he was very like about, oh, I called the cops and I didn't want to open her locker because I wanted you guys to be here. So I'm like, oh, man, he's already seems suspicious to me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so it's funny because in after I put Sia's parents that I thought that they might have killed her at some point. I put the this emoji because there was a point where I was like I have no idea where she is or if she's alive or what
Hmm.
the dealio is. And then I also put because my first interaction with Bobby, I thought that because I put down heaven bar dude trafficker, so I thought that like somehow he was a trafficker, like a human trafficker,
Hmm.
and somehow got a hold of her, and then it was gonna turn into Taken.
Oh,
Hmm.
well, yeah. I mean, dude. Honestly, at the end of the show, I'm surprised that him and the detective lady, like, they weren't in it together because obviously she had a lot to lose, and this
Hmm.
whole idea of like, I love you and you're my love, and I really thought we could. Like, I'm like, dude, lady, like at this point, if you didn't want the secret to come out and you had already killed Chris. You might as well just go all in and kill the daughter and kill Michael C. Hall because
Hmm.
I'm like, you might as well just hide it all because yeah, nothing's gonna turn out good for you. So I don't know. I was
I don't think she
surprised.
thought they found the necklace, though. I don't
Mm.
think she realized that her necklace was missing.
Well, she didn't know until because I think the Pete's daughter was the one that did the interview when they mentioned it, and
Hmm.
and they and Sia's dad gave her the necklace or whatever. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, but at the end when Michael C. Hall confronted Sophie, I thought that like like I thought that she might try to kill him or something.
hmm,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
thought he was recording her, like
I
getting
yeah,
a
yeah. I
confession.
oh
thought
yeah,
that
I
too.
thought he was recording her just
Yeah.
in case they did find his body, that he would have it on his phone, and that she was going to kill him, but she let him call the cops.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man,
Mm.
I'm like, he hit that Facebook Live and
Yeah,
I pulled the
TikTok
Mark
live.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, yeah. That
um,
ending was insane, though. I did think that she was going to do something to him, but the fact that she just started crying and they both were telling each other, "Oh, I love you so much." He's like, "But you gotta call the police."
So who got the blame at the end for the fire? Was it just Bobby and a couple of other people? Or did the mom get?
Well, the other four, everybody except for Sophie.
Okay, the mom did get the blame also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the mom, Bobby, Helen, and Craig, or whatever his name was.
Damn, the people from those kids that died, because I forget if it was like 10 or 8 of them. Like they're gonna be freaking mad.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, well, yeah, because I think they also said that they put up the gate after the fire.
The fire to keep them safe. Yeah.
And didn't somebody get arrested and take the blame also? That was also something like somebody that might have been walking near the scene.
No, I think that they said that they suspected people from outside of the town of setting it, which is why they put up the gates.
Okay. Damn.
Yep, and I think the whole point of the show was saying like sometimes the monsters are in the community that you think you're safe in.
Oh yeah,
that's what they
the calls coming from inside of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. Dude, I mean, I'm telling you, I don't trust anybody, and it's one of those things. Like, there's a movie right now that's came out, I think, past weekend. It's called Speak No Evil, and I didn't want to see the movie, but people kind of have told me the plot of it, and it's pretty much about like how people put themselves in situations where they're too polite, and instead of saying like, "Hey, no, like I'm gonna get up and leave your house because you're making me uncomfortable," they just decide to be like, "Well, that's
the one with James McAvoy, right?"
Yeah, and I think about that all the time, and I think sometimes people are so polite that they would rather put themselves in danger than be like, "Hey, I don't want to do this," because they don't want to offend people. I found myself doing that when I was in Disney World. Like there was Ubers that would be like, "Hey, if you don't want to pay like this much price, why don't you get my number and I'll personally come and pick you up?" And I had to tell them like, "Hey, it's no offense to you because obviously you seem like a good person, but I just can't do that. Like I won't put my family in risk. Like I'm doing everything through the app." And it's just like, yeah, this thing about like people are so scared of offending people that they'd rather be like, "Oh yeah, I'll get your number and I'll call you," and now I have to rely on a total stranger to like pick me and my family up, and like no tracking, none of that's like, it's like BS, man. Like I don't know, it's just yeah, you can't really trust people, man. I hate to say it.
See, honestly, I never probably would have thought of it because like I've done that before, like when after I came back from the deployment in 2009, we went on a cruise and and pretty much like every place that we were like included because it left out of Puerto Rico, so like right there, like in Puerto Rico, they were like, "Hey, just take my number and then I'll take you wherever." And so there, like we just called the dude and he picked us up, took us places, and didn't murder us or kidnap us or traffic us.
But that's also before Uber though. So like, what are you gonna do with that?
Oh yeah.
So, I feel like Roll and I like to play with fire though. You girls are too safe. We're just kind of like, hey, like you could murder me. But can you actually help me out?
I'm gonna tell you that this right now. Both of you are gonna outlive me. I promise you.
Is it because we know how to fight?
I've had before where like I have like a delivery driver knocking and I'll go to pick up my package and they're like, "I really need to use the restroom." I'm like, "Oh yeah, come on in. It's right here, the guest bathroom."
Oh my
and I'll
god!
Give them cold, like I feel bad for them, so I'm kind of like, all right.
Sylvia, why are you doing this to me in the recording? Oh my god!
I feel bad. They're humans. They don't have anywhere.
Make sure
to,
nobody finds out that your address is 1111
ABC DE Street.
Yeah, I absolutely. There's a McDonald's somewhere that they can go to. So, like even where they picked up the food, they could have gone to the bathroom right before they picked up your food, and yeah.
No, but this is like delivery drivers, like FedEx, UPS, Amazon.
More, they shouldn't be asking you to go. Oh my god, yeah, they should not be asking you to go.
Well, it's like
maybe they gotta take a dump and they don't have like a bucket.
It's the same few people now, so I've seen them enough times to know this is their route.
Even worse. Even worse. There's so many stuff that I have to introduce you to.
Or they'll tell me like, "Oh, this is a really heavy package. Do you want me to like bring it slightly inside for you?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can put it in the foyer. Open the door." You
know what? I take it back, bro. You might outlive me, Sylvia. She's not gonna outlive me at all.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I'm scrappy.
And when the cops comes to ask me questions, I'm just gonna show them this clip right here.
It was probably a delivery
No.
driver.
Probably a delivery driver.
No, but what happens is I'm the one being interviewed for a murder. I'm like, I swear they started it. Mm-mm. You don't know me well enough to know that anyone you ask me in my life, that they will all tell you the same thing. No, she would be the one that does it, not them.
She's the murderous one.
You're
Yeah.
the one.
Oh
You're the
no!
one.
You know, I haven't seen Mitchell in a while.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I bring no man peace. No one peace, actually.
Yeah. You know, why don't you go to the bathroom in the basement? that's the nice that's the nice bathroom.
I have them go into the guest bathroom, but it just has like a hole where they just fall right through.
Yeah.
Or it's a room that looks like a normal room, but then like upon further inspection they realize that they're like that the window is actually like bulletproof glass, and that the lock on the door is actually on the outside of the door, not on the inside, and
they see another delivery driver like, hey, I've been here for 2 months now. She does feed us on occasion.
a bucket full of fish heads.
That's it though, and liver.
You know, it's funny because you know, this is the third show that you recommended since you started recording with us, like Goodfellas, the Marry My Husband, and now we have this one. So I need you to do a little bit more, recommend a little bit many more like TV or movies, so I can kind of get an idea. Because again, I'm trying to build your personality up.
You don't think I'm murderous now?
No, I don't know. No, I mean, I don't have enough evidence yet to prove anything.
It's all circumstantial.
This is why you take everyone camping.
but
no. where there's no evidence, where there may or may not be a crocodile in the pond.
And I have someone from the army to help me out, you know?
Yeah. But, you know, I missed out last week, and I don't know if you have another one of those games from last week where it's like I have to guess how tall celebrities are, because I kind of want to.
No, we can't. Because how tall do you think that Dexter is?
I think I looked it up. He might be 5'10".
No, I think he's like 6 feet even.
Carlos is right.
5'10".
5'10".
Nice,
He's 5'10".
nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's as tall as Maxine.
You know.
Yeah, he is. Because that's how tall Maxime is.
Yeah. You know, he wasn't as, like, I never saw him and thought, like, oh, he's built or he's, you know, he can take somebody else down. But in Dexter, he's always, like, in great shape. So I wonder if maybe for this show, he didn't have to get in great shape, because I never felt like he was
just
like,
dad.
Yeah, he was just a dad mode.
Yeah, he was Dr. Dad.
Dr. Dad.
How tall do you think the French teacher was, though?
The lady?
I think she's 5'7".
No, 5'11".
So how tall do you think Pete was? Because they're the same height.
Oh.
Which one's Pete again?
I'll say 5'8".
Oh, Pete is my guy.
No, I still say 5'7".
I say 5'11".
Still? Both of them are 5'9".
Oh, I was closer.
Nice.
Anyone else we would like to know the height of here? This is honestly my favorite pastime. I love seeing how tall celebrities are and like comparing myself to like where they would be compared to me. Because Sabrina Carpenter is tiny.
Well, yeah, she looks tiny.
How tall is Sabrina Carpenter?
Guess.
5 feet.
5'2". Can I say that, like, I know she's getting all this attention and she just did the MTV's awards, was that, or something?
MTV, yeah.
Dude, I couldn't tell you one song that she sings, and I've just like
Espresso.
No, I'm saying like I don't know what, like, even if you that is a song, like I couldn't tell you anything.
I'm working late because I'm a singer.
And I listen to the radio, like I listen to.
Are you a singer?
No,
yeah, that's why I'm working late.
Is that the lyrics of the song?
Yeah, I'm working late because I'm a singer.
Oh, I was like,
no.
Wait, like, are you a singer?
I just think somebody's playing like a prank with her, because I'm like, is this a real artist? Is she actually? Because she's getting a lot of. I think she had like.
She was on Disney, wasn't she, or in Disney?
She was, yeah.
Well, she recently broke like a crazy record, which I guess she had like 5 of her songs were in the top maybe 100, and the Beatles were like the last ones to have that record.
She's also dating the guy from Saltburn.
He left his pregnant wife for her after she had the baby. Yeah. I remember that controversy.
So not pregnant anymore?
Not pregnant.
Yeah, not pregnant anymore.
Yeah.
Baby out.
Okay.
Mhm.
Jeez. So
But I
newborn.
think she's like 4'11". She's tiny, like 4'10", 4'11".
That's midget size, no? Like little.
How old
people
was Jenna
size.
Ortega? She was what, 5'1"?
Yeah, she's like 5'1".
Yeah. So
What-
so Jenna Ortega's taller than her.
Isn't there like a height where it's like if you're below that, you
4'8".
technically 4'8"? Okay.
Yeah. Because my
That's
cousin,
Raul's height.
she's like 4'9" or 4'10". So
She knows.
so she was like just above the cutoff.
Yeah.
It's also how tall you are. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how tall I am.
You were saying that in the last episode that Hispanic people are typically short. Like in my family, dude, we're all like, you'd be surprised, even like they're all like above 6 feet. Some of them are like taller than me now.
No, like on my dad's side, they're tall, but most Mexicans are like I'm average Mexican height, Mexican male height.
4'8".
Yeah, 4'8". You know,
4'8".
Speedy Gonzalez height.
Ándale.
And I'm 6 foot. We're fine.
Yeah.
It all works out.
Yeah.
But no, again, I don't have any closing thoughts. I really thought the show was really good. I don't know if it's
cool.
I don't know if it's gonna stay with me, but I do put it in a category of different shows with the same kind of mystery element happening that, like, I'm like, this show's gonna fit perfectly with this criteria of other shows that I would recommend to you, because again, there's a mystery and you're trying to figure out the mystery and who's killing what. There's one with Amy Adams that I think it's called
The Secret Window, or something about a window.
Something. It's an HBO one, but I'll look it up right now. But it's just like, trust me,
Does it have a doll in it?
No.
And a twin that drowned.
No.
So listen, at the very start, there was a twin.
Sharp Objects on
okay.
on Max. That's also has like a mystery with
okay.
Amy Adams. But
I like Amy Adams.
I love mysteries like this. Again, if you have any other good ones that you want to recommend in the future, please send them my way.
Talking about Amy Adams and random as hell. Me and my son rewatched the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Okay.
And I just want to bring it up because it kind of holds up. I like it. Oh, and apparently he's doing an animated show as well.
Yeah,
that's coming out soon.
Yeah,
on Netflix.
That Flash scene should have never been removed from the original version. It kind of blows my mind.
There, a lot of those scenes, everything with Cyborg should have never been removed. But Joss Whedon's way different than Zack Snyder. So
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, too bad we're already past what have you been watching segment, or else I would love to talk to you more about it.
You can clip it and then put it in the beginning.
I mean, yeah,
with all of your free time that you have to just comply to this.
Yeah, but I mean, any final thoughts of it? You recommended this show, so
honestly,
thank you for recommending it.
Oh, well, I love that you guys liked it. It's a show where, like you said, Carlos, though, you don't really think about it much after you've watched it. And I think it's because you do have that resolve, so you don't have to constantly think about it, like, oh, I wonder if this would have happened with the show. Like, you don't have those moments of thinking about it. It's everything from start to finish. It ended. It was a good ending, I would say. There were a lot of twists and turns that got you thinking, which made the episodes go by faster, even though the episodes themselves were a little bit longer, being around like the 45 minute mark. But yeah, it's one of those shows it's in the back of my head, and then every so often I'll see it again on Netflix and I go, oh yeah, I did really like that show. But I don't think about it too much because there was a resolve.
I feel like this is the type of show that Netflix kind of does a disservice, because this type of show I think would have been awesome if it was week to week, because there's so much to talk about in between episodes, because it's a mystery show. So everyone can be talking about like, hey, so where is she, or who, like, what's this person's secret, or who killed Chris, or whatever it was.
Because that's what happened with True Detective this season. A lot of people, it was one of the highest ratings since the first season, because a lot of people were talking about like the mystery and like
the supernatural part of it.
And it's like, oh, what's going to be the real outcome of it? And that's another good one, Sylvia, if you ever wanted to continue to watch these like mystery murder shows.
Okay.
Oh my
Have you
god.
guys ever watched The Rain by chance?
The Ring.
The Rain, The
So, tell me.
Rain.
I think it's Swedish or something, isn't it?
Yeah, yep,
Yeah, no,
it
I
is.
haven't seen it.
No,
I put it on my list when I saw it pop up, and I really wanted to watch it, but
yeah,
then it kept going down my list,
yeah,
which I
that's
never
a
did.
really good one. Same with Revolution, I would even argue.
Oh, dude, I loved Revolution
Mm.
when it was on. I
I
used
have
to
not.
watch it back
Carlos is like, I
on
haven't heard of any
Fox.
of these.
Yeah, I have not. No.
Revolution is when there was some like massive like EMP type thing that the whole world lost power, so
Mhm.
it was kind of
Is
like a
this
post
is this
apocalyptic
is this
thing.
with your guy from Breaking Bad?
I
What guy
don't.
from Breaking Bad?
The Pollos man?
No,
Carly? No, he's not
Giancarlo
in it.
Esposito. No,
He's not in it. Okay.
not that I remember.
Is it a J.J. Abrams produced show?
It might have been J.J. Abrams.
I think that's the show that
Created by Eric Kripke.
You said it was Revolution, the name of it?
Yeah,
All right.
It has
it was a show
the
from 2012.
it has the dad for Twilight in it. Bella's dad.
Mm.
Oh yeah, it does have Giancarlo Esposito. Man, I know
Does
everything.
it?
You guys, yeah, I do it. You guys,
I don't remember, dude. I saw it when it was on
you,
Fox.
you guys try to always like put one under. Oh, the only one that has been put under me is the damn one that with the twins and the drowning and the dog. I'm like, I cannot figure out what
Dude,
the
I
hell.
have no idea.
That's the only mystery.
It's a mixture of The Orphan
Oh my
and
God.
Annabelle
Yeah.
and this Spanish
I'm gonna come
movie
back and
that I
be like,
forgot
you know,
the
it was
name of it.
actually Chucky. Never mind.
Yeah. That would be. Don't even say that. Just pretend like you never found out what it was.
It was
But
Pet
yeah.
Cemetery.
No, yeah, I seen
Maybe I'm just
Revolution.
pitching you guys a movie to see if you...
Oh,
If
you're.
there's any producers watching,
Yeah. All right, we're gonna end it with that. If there's any producers watching, all right. Well, I'll talk to you guys soon, and have a good night. And Sylvia,
toodles.
don't think about that doll. Just let it go.